All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Shakar here with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone from which I learned His truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David doing His work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, just wanted to get into this image a little bit. You know, we always, the brothers, the men of the Lord, always bring out, the fact that this man, he has a God complex. He wants to be, like the Most High. In this latest image here, where, which he now took down because he was getting, backlash from it. But I was able to go ahead and get this image. I know there was a couple better ones that I didn't get, but this will be good enough. It shows you here, how these devils think, man. Esau wants to be like the Most High. You see, but he's not. He's not the Lord. You see right here, he's portraying himself as Jesus, right? We know the name of our Lord is Yahweh Shai. And these devils, they think that, when it comes to Christians, they think that Jesus is the Most High, which we know according to the scriptures that, they are two separate spirits, man. You got the Most High power, Yahweh, and then you have His Son, which He is a power, He is a God, but he's just not the Most High, you see. But this man, he portrays himself, as the Most High, man. He wants to be like the Most High. Ultimately, that's why, he's looking to bring in that agenda, that device of that's going to go under the skin. You see, he wants full control. And right now we're at the point now where it's just going to take one event, to knock out the light, so to speak, and then they can bring in their their wicked agenda. You see, their order out of chaos, order out of chaos. But this is what they want. This is what they're trying to do. The scripture says that they want their houses, that they should continue forever. That's Psalms 49 and 11. You see, but their blessing, it's temporal. Their blessing is not an eternal blessing. Jacob has the eternal blessing. They have the blessing of the sword, the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven. That's the blessing, that he got. He got that from our father Isaac. But again, it's only going to be for a very short time. But in his own mind, in his proud mindset, he thinks that he is the Most High. Let me start off here and let me see. Let me go to the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 10. Listen. Well, actually, I'll start off in verse 9. It says, if grape gatherers come to thee, will they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, will they destroy till they have enough? You see, and in ancient times, you will have the grape gatherers that would leave, grapes, for the poor, like a welfare system. You see, and if a thief comes into your house, he's not going to take everything. He's going to take the valuables. He's not going to unscrew the light fixtures and take everything that's in the cupboards and in the bathroom. No, he's going to take things that are valuable. You see, but the Lord said, what? I'm gonna take everything from Esau. Listen, verse 10, it says, but I have made Esau bare. You see, he's being uncovered. He's gonna lose everything. He's gonna have nothing. Again, it says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. See, right now he's being exposed, man. He's being exposed at all levels. Everybody's talking about, those people that are in the land right now, that they're not the people. It's being brought out. You see, this man is being exposed for who he is. And which devils, okay, or which people are helping him? Well, Esau, well, Amalek, those that are in the land right now, that's Esau's grandson. So, of course, a grandfather is going to help his grandson, you see? And they're the same lineage, man. They're the same people. Again, it says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Because ultimately, okay, this devil's going to be done away with, man. You see? You know, he's not going to be able to forward, okay, his posterity. You know, once those 1,000 years of brutal captivity, okay, are done with, he's going to be done with. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. There's only one chapter. And I'm going to go to the 18th verse. And it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. It's speaking about all 12 tribes. Listen, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. It says, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai has spoken it. You see, that he's going to be done away with, man. There's going to be nothing left. There's going to be nothing, okay, to forward. You know, their houses shall not continue, okay, forever. Hey, but this is what he wants. See, this is what he's trying to achieve. You know, through his wicked mindset, through his proud spirit, he thinks he's going to be able to do it, but he's not going to be able to. Let me go up here a little bit. Yeah, verse 6. Obadiah. Actually, you know what? I'll start off with verse 5. Because it's telling you the same thing that we just read in Jeremiah, the 49th chapter. Listen, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Again, they're not going to take every little thing, man. They're going to take, okay, the valuables. It says, if grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? And again, that was an ancient custom. But when it comes to Esau, okay, again, he's going to have nothing. Okay, he's being exposed again at all levels. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things, sought up? Okay, he's being found out, first and foremost, okay, by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, by the Spirit of the Lord, you see? You know, he's being revealed, okay, by his servants, the prophets. Matter of fact, let me grab that. 2 Thessalonians. Let's go to the 2nd chapter, and we'll start off in the 3rd verse. And it reads, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. It says, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. See, and that falling away came during the time of 70 AD, the siege, okay, of the Roman Empire, man. You see? But that son of perdition, okay, those that are going to go into destruction, okay, that's the revealing, okay, of who this man is, man. You see? And he's being revealed, and he's being revealed now at a higher level. You see? Again, he's being exposed. Okay, this man is being exposed for the devil that the Bible speaks about. Okay, look at his actions. Look at the way he moves. Look at the way he's always moved. And again, it's all coming out. Listen, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. You see, because this is what he portrays himself as. Again, going back to that image, that picture. Okay, he thinks he is the Lord, man. He thinks he's the power. He thinks he's in control. Okay, but he's not. Listen, and again, everything that they push is against the Lord, man. They are very contrary to what the Lord has written in his scriptures, man. You see, they can't do good, man. You know, he that is accustomed to do evil, can he do good? No, man. You know, what is that? That's the book of Jeremiah, what is that, 13th chapter? Let me see if we can get it real quick. Let me see. Jeremiah chapter 13. And I believe it's 23. Yeah. It says, can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. You see, so this man, okay, he can't do good. He was created to be the wicked, and he is the wicked. What is that? Let me see. That's Psalm the 16th chapter. Matter of fact, let's get that too. Let's go to the book of Psalms. It's like I'm having a little trouble with my phone. Let me see. Psalms chapter 16 and verse 4. Yeah, I probably got to restart it because I'm trying to scroll and it just keeps getting stuck. So Salakia. Psalms chapter 16 verse 4. Is it that? No, what is that? Where it says, I have made all things for myself. Oh no, Salakia, it's Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 4. And it says, listen, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked, see, for the day of evil. So he was created, okay, to be that wicked, okay, a vessel here on the earth, man. Okay, to take away peace from the earth. Matter of fact, let me grab that. That's Revelation. Yeah, still doing it. I'm trying to scroll and it's getting stuck. Salakia, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, speaking about Esau, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And he's done that. You see, he's been at war, I believe, over 90% of the time, or 95% of the time. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. Okay, but he's been at war the majority of the time that, Babylon the Great, has come into existence, man. You see, and they're coming upon that 250th year, of becoming a nation, which is about the time where, nations, okay, usually fall. They don't last, okay, on the average, that's what they last. They last about 250 years. So this man's getting ready to fall. Listen, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And again, he's done that. And he's continuing to do that. Look at the way he moves. And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, going back into his blessing. That's the blessing that he got. That's the blessing that he has. So let me go ahead and go back. Yeah, 2 Thessalonians. And I'll read verse 4 again. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. You see, so he has that God complex. Listen, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withhold it, that he might be revealed in his time. So right now is the time that he's being revealed. Again, he's been revealed, but that revealing again is coming at a higher level. He's being exposed more and more. Listen, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, because at that time you had the Roman Empire. Okay, they were already in that position of power. You see, which are Edomites. They were Edomites. Listen, only he who now will let. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So the Lord allowed this man, okay, to commit these wicked works, man. Ultimately, for that time to come when the Lord was going to take him out. Listen, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Okay, going back to the point that I was making, that it's the prophets, man. The prophets are consuming this devil, okay, through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Again, he's being exposed. So this man is being consumed, man. Okay, he's falling apart. He's crumbling. And again, the exposing of who this man is, okay, it's coming forth. Listen, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So ultimately, when the Lord comes back, okay, in that fathership, along with the rest of the chariots, the so-called UFOs, okay, this man's going to be destroyed, man. He's going to be taken out of that position of power. He's going to be done away with. You know, he's going to have to serve out his brutal punishment first, but then he's going to be done away with. Listen, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. See, going back to what the scripture says, that he shall make fire, okay, fall from heaven. Okay, his technology, his AI technology, okay, just the wicked things that he brings forth, man. You see, this man has deceived the world in such a great fashion that, you know, they worship him. Okay, they worship this damn devil. Matter of fact, let me grab that. That's let me see, Revelation chapter 13. I'm gonna try to go right to the point. Yeah, let me go ahead and highlight those. This is Revelation 13 and 12. It says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. Okay, which is speaking about the Roman Empire. It says, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. You see that little horn, okay, that was wounded to death. Matter of fact, let me get it right here. Revelation 13, verse 3, it says, and I saw one of his heads as they were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. Speaking about, okay, the Western Roman Empire, okay, coming back during the time of the Renaissance, okay, till now. You see, it says, and all the world wondered, see, after the beast. You see, and that's where we're at today. Again, it says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. You see, and that's going into what his sword, man, his military might. But now he's forwarded that, okay, with this AI, okay, all the technology that it pushes forth. Ultimately, they're going to bring in, okay, that chip, man. Okay, they're going to bring in that device that's going to go under the skin, again, so he can be like the Most High. Well, you see, that's at least, okay, what he thinks. You see, he thinks he's going to overthrow, okay, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. But he has it all wrong. Let me go to, let me get this in the NLT. Let me go to the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter. Ezekiel chapter 28. Okay, let's go to, well, let's start off at the top. And the subheading in the King James Version, it says, Tyre's king overthrown. Tyre's. It says Tyre's king overthrown, which is now, okay, that's likened to this man, Esau, in this time. Because when you go into what? Isaiah, the 23rd chapter, it talks about, you know, Tyre and Zidon being the mart of the earth, okay, the marketplace, okay, which right now, so-called America, Babylon the Great, what is it known for? It's commerce, you see. And again, when you go into what I believe it's Revelation, the 18th chapter, it talks about, you know, the allure, okay, the merchants, okay, okay, it talks about the merchants, okay, crying, okay, for this devil going down, man. They're not crying because they care about this place. No, they were crying, okay, because of the inability not to make money anymore. You see? So you see, when we read this chapter, okay, in the spirit, it's speaking about so-called America, man. Now, if you can't see it, it's just because the spirit is not with you. Again, it says Tyre's king overthrown, which now, okay, this is speaking about, okay, Esau, okay, the Edomites. Listen, it says, then this message came to me from the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, son of man, give the prince of Tyre this message from the sovereign Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, in your great pride you claim, see, I am a power. It says, I sit on a divine throne in the heart of the sea, so amongst, okay, the people. And this is what he thinks. Listen, but you are only a man and not a power. says, though you boast, see that you are a power. And that's what he does. Again, going back, okay, to that image. Okay, he thinks, okay, he is a power, man. Listen, you regard yourself as wiser than Daniel and think no secret is hidden from you. And that's what they want, man. Okay, they want that device under the skin where they can monitor everybody, control everything, control everybody. It says, with your wisdom, see, and understanding, you have amassed great wealth, gold and silver, see, for your treasures. Going back to Revelation, the 18th chapter, man, the allures. Okay, because this place is very alluring, or was very alluring. Okay, in some aspects it still is, to these other nations. But now these nations are catching on, okay, to this place, man. That is nothing but a big pile of shit. Listen, it says, again, with your wisdom, it says, and your understanding, you have amassed great wealth, gold and silver, for your treasuries. It says, yes, your wisdom has made you very rich, and your riches have made you very proud. It says, therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai says, because you think that you are wise as the Most High, I will bring you against a foreign army, the terror of the nations, which ultimately is going to be, okay, Russia, okay, along with all the nations, even those that have been confederate with so-called America, and you're seeing it, okay, you're seeing these nations turn against so-called America. Ultimately, they're going to shoot their missiles, okay, upon this place, man, those arrows. Again, it says, I will now bring against you, see, a foreign army, the terror of the nations. They will draw their swords, see, against your marvelous wisdom and defile your splendor. Okay, so this place is going to go down, man. Listen, they will bring you down to the pit, and you will die in the heart of the sea, see, pierced with many wounds. You see, and what's gonna make those wounds come about, man? Okay, those missiles. Okay, the warheads. It says, will you then boast, I am a power? It says, to those who kill you, to them you will be no power, but merely a man. It says, you will die like an outcast at the hands of foreigners. I, the sovereign Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, have spoken. You see, so it's going to happen, man. Okay, this man's going to go down in his pride. Okay, even though he has wisdom, okay, he has treasuries, okay, he has a wealth, okay, but he's going to lose it all, man. Let me grab one more. Let's go to Isaiah the 14th chapter. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? See, and his heaven represents a lofty position. Okay, his position of power that he now has. And Lucifer goes into what? The light bearer. See, when it comes to Christians and these bug outs, they think that's speaking about the spiritual demon Satan. But as we read on, it's going to say, is this the man? Have we not read that this is just the man coming after the working of Satan? Okay, that he's merely a man, okay, to those that are going to slay him? Yeah, man, this is just a man. Okay, a damn cave beast. Again, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Yeah, because the Lord, Yahweh Shai, he is that morning star. You see, and this man thinks, okay, again, that he is a power, but he's not. It says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? You see, and he's done that through his, his ideologies, man. His so-called democracy, okay, feminism, okay, through that funky wine that he pushes, man. Okay, everything that he pushes forth is nothing but wickedness. You see, and these nations, they try to follow, okay, in that, the scripture says they have drunken, okay, of that bottle. You know, they've drunken of that cup, man. You know, they got mad, okay, through the shit that this man pushes. But they are also pissed off, because they've become weak, okay, as a nation. Okay, that's why you have, certain countries, okay, they've turned off certain, shows and things of that nature, okay, because it's weakened, okay, their men, okay, and it's made their women, okay, become whores, man. You see? And their ways has turned people, okay, into what? Into following, okay, those rainbow people, man. Okay, part of part of that alphabet agenda. You see, and the nations are mad, man, and they're weak. Okay, they're weakened. Okay, in their mind, man, because of what this devil has pushed. Again, it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, listen, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High." And he's done that. Because those stars represent, the 12 tribes, which are right here in so-called America, Babylon the Great, man. You see? And he's ruling over, the Lord's people, man. But as a people, as a nation, we've been given into his hands. It tells you that when in Isaiah 47, verse 6, man, that we were given into his hands. Ultimately, it's because we sinned against the Lord. So, we're being punished and we're being corrected, for our mishaps, you see? And this man is ruled in total wickedness. Again, it says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit, listen, in the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Speaking about right here in so-called North America, Babylon the Great. Listen, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." Again, this is his mindset. This is what he thinks, man. This is what he dreams about. Again, he wants to have full control over everything. Listen, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." So he's going to lose, man. He's going to be put, into a brutal captivity, and then he's going to be done away with, man. Listen, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee," listen, saying, "Is this the man? Is this him? This weak ass, K-beast? Is this him?" Listen, it says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? See, that did shake kingdoms?" You see? So ultimately, in the end, this is all he is. He's just a man. He's just a man, and the Lord is going to come, and put his ass down. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing this work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.